It's May 5th. This is Dave Schroeder. It's funny because people around here had seen my videos and it causes quite the ruckus. And I've talked with several people. Um, the thing about Doug Mesner is that I had several people tell me, oh, I saw that article about USA Today and I just blanked it out. And they think that it's somewhere else, somewhere far away. That's not true. There's a Satanic Temple chapter in Omaha because people are out there trying to recruit people because I hear about it all the time. I'm from Omaha. I talk to a lot of people in Omaha. And so I know what's going on. This whole satanic con thing, the reason why I'm focused on it is because, first of all, he's using an argument. They think we're baby killers. That's their favorite thing. But you can't argue something that was, the conversation around it was squashed in the 90s when it was satanic panic and false memories coming from the False Memory Syndrome Foundation. And so nobody even talks about it. So nobody even believes that you're killing kids. And I'm one of the biggest critics of Lucian Greaves and his Satanic Temple, not because I think he's killing kids, but because he's associated with Nazis. And Nazis just got convicted of sedition, trying to overthrow our government just a couple days ago. That's the issue that I have with Doug, because this bullshit, Nazis and occultists, Satanists, whatever the hell you want to call them, have always gone hand in hand. Always gone hand in hand. World War II, Hitler, occultists and Nazis went hand in hand. The shit that was going on in the concentration camps was occult stuff, a lot of it. It went hand in hand. And after World War II, Project Paperclip, which is not a conspiracy, it is well-documented history, we brought all of those Nazi scientists from the concentration camps to America. And those that didn't come to America, Russia got, because we were in the Cold War and they all wanted the information from all of that. Our government brought all those Nazi scientists over and then employed them. And so the fact that we have Nazis is a no-brainer. Of course we're going to end up having Nazis eventually. And here they are. They just got convicted of trying to overthrow the government. And so Doug and his little group is connected to all of that. And I have never said that he's killed babies. But victims of abuse, adult victims of abuse, yeah. He and his group are guilty of a whole lot of shit. And they're around me. When I got my Ring camera, a night or two later, someone showed up and parked right in front of my house, right in front of my Ring camera. Nobody got out of the car. They sat there with their parking lights on the whole night from 2 o'clock till about 5:30 in the morning. Never got out of the car. It was all on tape, sat there just because they could, No one's going to stop them. Around here, people are upset with me because of the shit that I have exposed going on. It's all of this stuff was government. The stuff that happened to me at Offutt Air Force Base with Michael Aquino, that was government. It was all Hummel Park was easier for me to deal with because it happened to other people. As crazy as that sounds, because Offutt, the shit I went through as a kid, and I'm just one, Max was talking about it, and they murdered him. You know, that's people don't realize that there's a whole different world that's going on. And other than what they know, especially around here, you know, Neil, the whole thing about it is that Neil is just not strong enough to actually stand up. Because who can fight against the beast? It's all government. You know, what is a little small town sheriff going to be able to do against the powers that are against him? You know, because he only had one choice, you know, other than annihilation. The deputy that they were getting to go after me that worked under Neil, he committed suicide over whatever they were making him do, you know, and that's the truth, because it's all government. And Doug has a little hand reach in Omaha, which is just a stone's throw away from me. You know, it's not like it's going away. And you can tell that there's obviously a push to normalize him with that whole great big USA Today article. And blanking it out and not wanting to know about it doesn't change what is, you know, and it's important, you know. People in town, there are a lot of people, obviously, that don't have a clue. I'm trying to expose evil here. And I have an army of people trying to keep me from doing it. They're talking about the child trafficking that my parents were involved in, the group that was in Hummel Park, and the stuff that was going on at Offutt Air Force Base, stuff that I've talked about over and over and over for years and years and years. And of course I focus on the spiritual, you know, of course I focus on the spiritual. And all those people who are out there judging me, you know, you couldn't walk a step or two in my shoes. You know, out here, there is Nazi shit out here. I live in an area that voted for Steve King over and over and over, who was a public, self-avowed Nazi over and over and over. And the only reason why they got him out of office is because he lost all of his committee stuff. But that was because he was out and open 2 or 3 years before it was popular. Now you can be a Nazi and who cares? So I'm just saying. And for those people who are around me, let me tell you that it is a known fact that there was ritual abuse going on around this area as well. And I have met 3 victims of it out here. So to say that it doesn't exist is just turning a blind eye to evil. And if it makes you feel good and you want to vilify me, I mean, America has a great time vilifying victims, you know. Victims are always liars and cons, at, you know, always, you know. So I have big shoulders. I can take it. Spiritually, you know, the weather's not going to stop. The weather's not going to stop. It's going to get worse. The oceans are hot, you know. The oceans are hot. We're in El Nino. And the weather's, they just had a tornado, first one in 60 years in Florida. And this shit keeps happening, you know. Oh, there's epic floods and all of that. It just keeps happening over and over and over. When does it stop being this once in 100 years and everyone starts to realize it? When it happens over and over and over every year, over and over and over, that's a pattern, you know, where life is spiritual, you know. Love all you can, because mankind isn't going to make it through this. It's not. And what I'm fighting for and what I've spent my time in this life trying to expose, I feel has been worth it and worthwhile. And no regrets. Even with all the attacks, with all the shit that I've had to go through, no regrets. All right.